Welcome back to Tournament Central. We've just finished up an exciting MPO first round. The leaderboard is absolutely packed at the top. We'll take a look here. We've got 6 players in a log jam at 10 under, and then 11 more sitting behind them at 9. Adam Hammis and Kelvin Heimburg were the only players to push past 10. We've got some footage of Eric Oakley, one of the players tied at 10 under. Eric had a good putting round, only missing a few circle one putts and good driving stats as well. He was 89% off the tee and was able to scramble when he did miss the fairways. Only had one OB throw, accounting for his only bogey on hole 15, and finished strong on the kind of the hard finishing holes here with birdies on 17 and 18. This was Eric Oakley after the round.
Checking in with Eric Oakley. Eric, 10 under par to open Waco.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I have to ask it. Is that good?
I think so. I hope it holds as just a solid score. Getting out the gate on this course is kind of is really good. When you have conditions like this, you never know what the next days are going to bring. So this is like a cushion to build on, and I'm just on a cloud. Let's just ride it. It's going to be good.
I speak on the conditions.
Okay, we've got video of Brodie Smith here, one of the other players tied at 10 under. Brodie wasn't expecting too much coming into this event with a off season he spent mostly on his physical conditioning, but he stayed clean, scrambled when he was off the fairway, and made all of his circle one putts. We've got Brodie Smith's post-round interview.
All right, checking in with Brodie Smith. Brodie, 10 under par round today. How you feel overall?
I'm shocked that I'm talking to you guys this early in the season. I was not expecting to have any sort of interviews like this, but today went well. No expectations really coming into it, but I was able to kind of get up and down when I had some errant tee shots out there. My putting was pretty solid. I missed that putt on 17. I felt like I threw a pretty good shot into that green. Kind of got an unfortunate roll and then missed the putt there, but it was a pretty clean round. No bogeys, so can't complain out here at Waco.
Ideal conditions out here, kind of unheard of a little bit at Waco. So how's the course playing? We're seeing guys race off to hard starts and then kind of not stalling, but hitting that 10 mark, and that's been the mark so far.
I mean, I think that's kind of what this course sets up for. The front 9, you kind of know you got to get out quick. The back 9, there's a lot more trickier holes that you can kind of take some numbers on as well, and the birdies aren't as easy, obviously. With the wind being down as it was today, I'm not shocked. I thought actually the leader was probably going to be 12 or 11 under after the first round. So we'll see. There's still some guys obviously on the course to maybe get there. But, yeah, obviously with the wind down, you can kind of attack some of these baskets a little bit more.
3 years ago, you started your disc golf pro tour career right here in Waco. So what is it like coming back to this venue and kind of reflecting on the 3 years? Has it been a fast one, slow one?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is the first tournament I played in front of spectators and fans and cameras and everything, and obviously it's probably more on the difficult side of tournaments you could have done that for, but I love it. I mean, the crowds here are great. I think they put on a great tournament, and just the course is so unique compared to anything we play all season, so I obviously really look forward to coming back to Waco every year.
Talk a little bit quickly about your off season. Obviously focusing on the more physical side of it. Sounds like shifting back to the disc golf side. So how has what you've done this off season shown up so far on the courses so far?
Yeah, this off season was all about like long-term goals. I could have spent the off season practicing disc golf and getting better in certain areas, but my body was not in good shape, and I want to be able to play this sport at a high level for multiple years. And I had to take that decision of no disc golf. I really didn't throw more than maybe 100 shots all off season, and I just focused on getting in the gym, lifting, running, getting my diet back, my nutrition. I'd lost about over 45 pounds at this point, and body's starting to feel a little bit better, but my back's been causing a lot of problems. Now that I don't have the weight on, it's not as bad, but that's still something I kind of have to worry about. So as far as how much practice I can do in disc golf right now, it's very minimal. So to me, it's more, that's why I said I was shocked to be here, because I've joked these last couple of events of like missing cut and just trying to show up and maybe make cash, because I'm not really having any expectations. But I'm looking long term, and that's my goal, is to try to be really good in a year, 2 years from now. And I think I'm in a good spot to have that be a possibility.
All right, in the short term, you're right in the mix after one. What needs to happen tomorrow to keep this going?
I'm just going to go out and do the same thing. I think I visualized my shots really well today. That was one thing that I struggled with Vegas. I kind of stepped up and took some shots for granted today. I kind of went through everything. Get a little bit putting in tonight, get that putter feeling good again, and then we'll see if the wind's down tomorrow, anything can happen.
Nice. All right, that's Brodie Smith right here in the mix after one in Waco.
Thanks for having me.
So we'll take another look at the scoreboard here. As we said earlier, there's an absolute logjam at the top. There are 30 players within 5 shots of the lead, so it's really anyone's game going into the second round. After the break, we'll check in on Paul Oman's round and hear from Texas native Bradley Williams.
This year, Prodigy is celebrating its 10th year as a disc golf disc manufacturer. In the beginning of this journey, we found out that making discs isn't so easy. It wasn't too long in the process that something just clicked. To celebrate Prodigy's 10-year anniversary, we wanted to bring an old plastic back that you can find in some older runs of M4s, but it is not a plastic from Prodigy's current selection. You will see this logo more on our 10-year anniversary special releases.
This looks perfect. Off the basket. Now it's rolling. It's headed for the OB. This needs to sit. Oh my goodness. It's safe. Right on the line. She's going to have about a 30-foot putt for the win. Okay, here we go. The putt is up. Boom. It's in. Strong side with authority. What an incredible moment. Yes.
What makes the Halal Guys so deliciously different? You might have heard of our famously long cart lines that NYC fans happily stand in. Today, with over 100 plus restaurants across the globe, we are your place to experience authentic American halal. Enjoy our delicious falafel, Euro sandwich, platters, and sides topped with our famously flavorful white and hot sauces. Order online today and taste how we make different so delicious. The Halal Guys, bringing something deliciously different to the table.
Welcome back to Tournament Central. We'll take another look at the packed leaderboard. We've got 6 players sitting tied for third with Adam Hammes and Kelvin Heimburg, 2 shots ahead of the logjam in third. Paul Oman, one of the players, tied at -10. Paul had a clean scorecard, no bogeys. He missed an opportunity on a few of the easier holes, but was able to scramble and save pars with a 100% scramble rate on the day. And you can see here, made a few bonus C2 putts. He kept his scorecard clean, and he'll be in the mix going into round 2. And here are your leaders again, and we'll hear from Bradley Williams, one of the 11 players tied at 9 under.
You just slip into the zone mode where you just go. You ever been in the zone? It's like a thing, a state of mind. You're just in it.
How do you achieve that?
You just flop into it, and then if you're in it, you just know you're in it. You let it flow. Don't try to control it.
All right, 8 down at the turn. What was the difference on the back 9?
Threw some great shots, just out of position slightly from the practice lies. So I was sort of like making up a new shot, and seeing if it would work. And I was just not getting them into circle 1 at that point.
I mean, you've obviously played here a time or two. Talk about the conditions today at Waco.
Yeah, they were fair. Like, we had the wind at our backs to start, and making the turn, there wasn't too much headwind. So I think the course is scoreable. 9 down's definitely the target score for me. But you could see people shooting 12 today if they get it going.
All right, on that backside, any adjustments for tomorrow?
Not really. At the back of the course, you just fatigue sets in. Maybe just try to be a little bit more focused.
All right, that's Bradley Williams off to a solid start here in Waco.
Okay, after a quick break, we'll recap the FPO round that saw a new course record set.
A lot of people say that Ed was the father of disc golf. Well, that's true. He did invent the basket. But Ed did another wonderful thing, probably his major accomplishment, was being the first person to realize that we had a sport on our hands, not just a toy.
In 1976, Steady Ed Hedrick founded the Professional Disc Golf Association with a dream of turning a flying plastic toy into a global sport. Since then, the PDGA, members, players, event directors, and volunteers have worked to realize that dream. From the very first baskets to courses around the world. And yet, it's only the beginning. We're looking to the horizon with even bigger dreams for tomorrow.
Air Spectrum is Prodigy's new line of premium lightweight discs in the mid-range, fairway, and distance driver models. You can now get beautiful bursts of color no matter your preferred weight. Bag one today at prodigydisc.com.
Yep. Welcome back to Tournament Central. We're going to check out some highlights from Kristin Tattar's round today, where she went on to set a course record. She got off to a good start, birdieing the first 2 holes and stayed clean all the way through the front 9. Her only blemish was hole 11. Her only one missed putt of the round came on 11, resulting in her only bogey. But she went on to shoot new course record, and she's in the lead by 2. Let's hear from Kristin after the round.
Kristin, 9 under par, course record. You mentioned in the press conference that you were using this tournament as part of your off-season training just to kind of shake the rust off. How's the training going?
I mean, obviously it's going well. I guess a little resting and just taking time off from disc golf did something good to me. And also I feel like I didn't have any pressure on my shoulders because I knew I had nothing to prove to anyone, so maybe that helped as well. I don't know.
Forehand looked fantastic. The speed control looked fantastic. Backhand, couple solid shots, couple came out a little early. How is the timing overall feeling with the backhand?
So yeah, backhand is a little bit more tricky. I don't trust it as much because I wasn't able to throw it last year that often, and my focus was on the forehand. So obviously it's coming out a little bit cleaner right now. But I mean, I didn't do any major mistakes. I tried to just control my shots, and I think I did a good job.
Talk about the way this course is playing right now. Obviously, the weather is beautiful and the grass is green, and the course is looking better than it's ever played. Do you feel like the conditions are going to play to your favor?
Yeah, I mean, to everyone's favor, I feel like, because it's not windy out here. There's nothing to really complain about. Ideal conditions to score well. As you said, course record. I didn't even know that. I mean, it's perfect.
You watched Paige Pierce throw a beautiful drive and get the eagle on 18. Is that a shot that you've practiced at all, or are you pretty disciplined on taking the 3?
No, I didn't even try, because right now I'm not even doing maximum drives with my backhand, so I'm not even thinking about it. Season is just starting for me, so I'm trying to not injure myself again. So just really controlled shots is the name of the game for me.
Well, obviously paid off. New course record, 9 under par. Kristin, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
A very impressive round from Kristin. We're going to welcome in Brian Earhart now, who is on the ground today. Brian, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a beautiful day out here in Waco. The players seem to really be enjoying themselves. A lot of them are still hanging out, putting after their rounds. And if we're gonna talk about Kristin Tattar, looking at her round today, what I found so interesting was that she kept it as simple and steady as possible. Her background in cross-country skiing really came through today. It seemed like she just did all of the simple things correctly. She mentioned after the round that max distance drives were not in the cards for her. She was watching Paige drive on 18, and she knew that she was not going to attack anything like that. And all she did was stick to her control forehands. She made all of her short putts. And I think the fact that she didn't give herself a lot of high expectations really worked to her advantage today.
Yeah, sticking to your game plan and keeping it in the fairway is the name of the game here. On the men's side, we've got a huge log jam. Obviously, a lot of similar scores, but who stood out to you?
Honestly, because I followed the card, he sticks out, but just watching how much more he could have done was Paul McBeth. Paul said to himself after the round, and he also said to me, that he left so many drives out there. He left so many simple strokes out there. He missed a couple really short putts, and it's almost a common thing to watch him do, but he's still somehow towards the top. He's tied for 9th place with a 9 under par, but there's so many players right now with the skill to shoot 15, 16 under par. What the beautiful thing about the Beast is the fact that it forces you to trust your intuition, trust your touch. You can't really rehearse a lot of shots out here. You're finding yourself in a lot of uncomfortable situations. So experience really comes through and shines out here on the Beast.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing watching Macbeth's round. He seemed to be kind of like the sleeper, just slowly limping along, and by the end he was right there near the leaders and definitely left a few out there. Who are you going to be watching tomorrow to make a move in both divisions?
If we're going to look at FPO, there are so many different players that could pop off, but let's look at the lead card. First off, we have a player that threw 552 in the U.S. Distance Championship. Ella Hansen is now shooting a 7 under par in the woods, and she actually didn't birdie a lot of those holes in the wooded stretch. If she can clean up some of those touchier shots in there, we could see Ella shoot up the leaderboard and take Kristin. But then also, we can't leave out the 2 players in the lead card tomorrow that live in North Carolina, one of the most wooded states for disc golf, in Deanne Carey and Haley King. Both players are in their element out here. I talked to Haley King after her round. She was not satisfied with it whatsoever. We could see both of them completely show off their experience in the woods. I think for FPO, that's going to be an exciting day to watch. Also, on the MPO side, I have to say, for the first time in a while, I don't think there's a favorite. There are so many players that shot hot. There's so many players that started out as really powerful players when they started. I think Brodie Smith is a good example, but now they're developing the touch, they're developing the shot shaping, they're developing the intuition to score out here, and I think it's going to be one of the most exciting tournaments that we have all year.
Yeah, with 30 players within 5 of the lead, it really is going to be anyone's game. Thanks, Brian, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll hear from Calvin Heimburg.
Are you sick and tired of browsing through countless online stores for your disc golf equipment only to come up empty-handed? Look no farther. At 1010 Discs, we have a vast selection with pictures of each disc so you can find the exact one you need. We offer a wide variety of top-quality brands at affordable prices, including discs, bags, accessories, and much more.
Hello, we're Kenna. We're a Dutch growing company. We love plants and we want to tell you some cool things about them. Just like humans, plants can communicate. They can sense when another plant is close. Plants look out for each other too. They warn neighbors about nearby threats by secreting substances. And studies have shown that plants love a good tune. We love and understand plants. Let our passion excite you too.
I think this golfing can improve our community in many ways. It brings people together.
That maybe some of these kids who feel a little bit lost could find something like disc golf, find friends, find people to come together and play the sport.
Encouraging people to work together, kids to know one another, love one another.
A way for these kids to have a really fun thing to do together.
I think that's what we need in the world, love one another and do life together.
Welcome back to Tournament Central. We'll take one final look at the leaderboard. We heard from our leader, Adam Hammis, after the round. Let's take a look at Kelvin Heimburg, who's sitting in second place, one shot back. Kelvin got off to a good start, birdieing 7 of the first 8 holes and finished the round 11 down. Despite 2 bogeys, he could have had an even hotter round. Made a few circle 2 putts, and he'll definitely be in contention tomorrow. We've now got some sound from Kelvin after the round.
All right, catching up with Calvin Heimburg after an 11 under opening round at Waco. Just a pristine day out here, kind of unusual for Waco. So yeah. How do you have to take advantage of a day like this on this course?
Yeah, I mean, it's not often we get calm.
All right, catching up with Calvin Heimburg after an 11 under opening round at Waco. Just a pristine day out here, kind of unusual for Waco. So how do you have to take advantage of a day like this on this course?
Yeah, I mean, it's not often we get calm weather, no wind, and nice mild temperature. So you just had to go out and kind of score. You could tell there was a lot of decent scores coming in early. And I mean, I just kind of knew, because of the weather, I was going to have lots of opportunities to score today. So I think I did pretty well out there. A couple little hiccups, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with what I did.
Are you looking at scores? Are you aware of what's going on elsewhere?
I checked some of the scores, before I teed off, but during the round, not too much. I know where my card's at, but I'm not super aware of what other people are doing on the course.
All right. We all know Waco, the half open, half woods. Mm-hmm. Getting a 72-foot throw in on 4.
Yeah.
How does that spark you, going into the woods?
I mean, yeah, it was a pretty nice putt. It was turnover putt there on hole 4. I threw a couple not so great shots, but still gave myself a look, and I was able to cash it. It's always a great way to have a nice big putt early in the round. It just makes you feel confident. So I definitely kind of built off of that, scored a lot of birdies on the front 9, and helped me score low today.
More condition talk. It's supposed to be good, the rest of the weekend. How does it change the dynamic of this tournament and this course?
I think it's just that you're definitely going to have to shoot lower. I mean, I don't think it's like anyone's playing more or less aggressive.
I think it's just, the conditions are more favorable and everyone's just a little more comfortable out here. So you're going to have to score super low to win this event this week if the weather stays the same.
All right, that's Calvin Heimburg, 11 under after 1 in Waco.
Thanks everyone for tuning in today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the exciting second round.